Yes, dear friends, wherever you are on the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, in Canada, Australia, or in Asia, dear friend, this is your channel GH247. Yes, and my name is Salom. Wherever you are, relax and enjoy this special episode. You see, I want to speak right now on certain things, especially to the current government in Ghana. And I will start from His Excellency, John Dramani Mahama. Mr. President, on the 7th of December, Ghanaians voted for you for a reason that there have been failures in the system. And you made promises to reset Ghana. Not just the economy, but to reset the entire country. There have been riots in the system. There have been corruptions at the highest level in Ghana. Nothing seems to be working, and Ghanaians believe in your words. They believe all that you have said, and they gave you a massive vote. If you remember vividly, if you remember very well, in 2016, you were voted out. For some of us, you were not voted out because you were not working hard. Not that the evidence was not on the ground. But two things happened. Number one, it was believed that there was so much corruption in the system. Number two, your opponents, then opposition, led by the former president, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, they were able to raise the media, their own media, men and women, on daily basis, speaking to the ears of Ghanaians, telling them that you were corrupt. Your officials were corrupt. The government was corrupt. The NDC government was tagged corrupt, or most corrupt government. Including yourself. There were issues of a fraud gift from a contractor in Ivory Coast. There were issues of you building a hotel in Dubai. And all these issues were lies from the pit of hell. But do you know what caused your fall in 2016? The NDC communicators failed to defend some of these issues. And Ghanaians bought into those lies by the opposition then. To cut it short, New Patriotic Party, led by His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, won power for 4 years. Yes. They rode on the solidarity of Ghanaians for the first 2 years. Ghanaians thought, everything was going very well. Meanwhile, if you remember, the IMF already predicted the growth rate of Ghana to be around 6.7 or 7. Based on the foundations you've laid, based on the foundations your government, the NDC government laid, it was predicted that Ghana's economy will grow before they took over power. Now, when they took over power, they made it look as if it was their work. It was what they did. It's what made the economy to grow by that percentage rate. Within 3 years, things began to decline into the 4th year. Then the COVID hit. During the COVID, we know how much this government borrowed and how much was spent. As a matter of fact, in the entirety of Africa, Ghana benefited so much from COVID than every other country in Africa. Till tomorrow, we are still taxing COVID levy. Dear friends, today, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Ghanaians voted for you again, December 7th. You are in your 100 days being in power. There is a social contract of 120 days. Yes. You have fulfilled almost about 80% of that, of the social contract, to abort to cancel the e-levy, the betting tax, and few other things. Yes. But then, Mr. President, it looks as if you are beginning to go back to your usual ways of doing things. President for all. It's not a bad thing to be a president for all. But it is a bad thing if you chose to go back, or you decide to go back to do the same things that led the NDC government into opposition for 8 years. One of those things, let me just make it very clear, is your ability to contain and pamper the so-called enemies that brought you to your lowest point in life. These guys are not your friends. Afenyo Makin can never be your friend. He is your junior brother, for Christ's sake. Intim Fojo should be, I even say he's your son. Intim Fojo should be like, he's a son to you. Look at the allegation he just raised 2 or 3 weeks ago against your government. Intim Fojo, the so-called reverend. NPP can never be your... Listen, please. Your Excellency. And NDC in a whole, please listen to me. We cannot afford to make the same mistakes that we made before. Felix Kwachifosu, Honorable, please take this from us. If you listen to the grassroots, you will know that we are beginning to fail the people from the grassroots. It is too early for the grassroots to begin to complain. I was happy to see that a statement was issued that the Director General of Tema Port has been dismissed or relieved of her post. Yes, I was so happy to see it. There's much more that can be done. President Mahama terminates Sandra Opoku's appointment as Director of Port, as Director of Tema Port. A good step in the right direction. But it's getting too late in certain places, under certain agencies. The Director General of Kotoka International Airport, what is she still doing at post? What is that lady still doing at post? These are the people that are sabotaging you from the onset, from the very beginning. In the first 21 days, all these people were supposed to be, were supposed to be sacked. Are there no competent people in the NDC that can manage the Kotoka International Airport and other ports or other government agencies? What is the so-called appointees of the previous government still doing at post by this time? Mr. President, you see, this is a call from afar. This is a call from afar. The earlier, the better for us. And let me also say, the communicators of the government, it seems like we've been sleeping. We are sleeping. We cannot continue in this way. The next 3.5 years are going to be very critical. It is the duty of the communicators of the government to be on their feet day and night. Day and night. Communicate clearly to the populace, to the Ghanaian people, from the grassroots. Do not allow the NPP and their liars, their lying tongues, to continue to propagate lies by using the local language, especially the Ashanti language, the Akan language. They are good in taking advantage of the illiteracy of the populace to propagate lies to them at the grassroots. That is why no matter what NDC says to them, especially our friends, our brothers and sisters in Kumasi, no matter what the NDC does, they don't see it. Because the MPP, they are good in using the local Ashanti language to communicate, to speak to the people, to tell them lies. Just as before, when the president was newly sworn in, he was using a jeep that was purchased for him by his brother, right? The jeep that he was not even bought with a state money. Private, his own brother's jeep. It became a news in Kumasi. It became a news, a car that the president was using even before he became a president. NDC communicators, listen, maybe we need to re-strategize. Oh yes, this channel, maybe I have to rededicate this channel to that cause. If we don't start now, all the good things that the government has started, the people will not hear about it, they wouldn't know about it, and it's now look at it. There is an electric bill, electricity increment from this month, right? I'm told from when? Is it 20 watts, right? And they are making it look or sound as if it is the new government that just decided to increase electric bill. This is something which the previous government, NPP, under their watch, they negotiated with the IMF, which is part of the IMF conditionalities. Conditionality from the International Monetary Fund. Signed by Akufo-Addo and his finance ministers. Why are they now making it to look as if it is a new government that just came in to increase the electric prices, electricity bill? Why are they trying to make it look as if it is a John Mahama administration that came into power less than 3 months ago? NDC communicators, we need to be up on our feet. Felix Kwachifosu, Honorable, please, you have to find a way of regrouping the government communication machinery. Get facts, news items out there for those of us who are on the YouTube channel. Oh yes, get it out. Every information that is needed to be out in the public domain. Do not hold back. Do not hold back. If they point us hard once, we will have to give them double. In fact, we don't even need to wait to be pointed before we give them double. Well, sometimes, you see, when there is a vacuum, the space can be filled with any fields. Whenever there's a vacuum, if you leave a house, a room unoccupied, in 2 months, 3 months time, by the time you visit that vacuum space, it will fill with dust, right? Anytime there's a vacuum in communication, these evil people, these evil men, who don't want Ghana to progress, they'll fill the vacuum with fields, with lies, and the people will believe it. I rest my case. Remember, this is Salon's blog. I'm one of your own, and I'll be back. GH247. Yes, watch out for more on this channel in the coming days. See you all. Shalom and peace.